question, an effective question to help them help their prospects see the logic of getting on the phone with you? What kind of languaging do you teach people to say, like, you know, why they would be on the phone with you?
This gentleman in Ireland, Owen, and you know, of course, my wife was from Ireland. We connected. And my parents were, you know, Irish. I'm Irish through and through, so that helped. And like he was writing everything, like everything I said, he would write it down. He was writing, he was taking notes, you know, and he had me repeat stuff, and like he just couldn't get enough, you know. And he asked me just keep talking. I never had somebody to do it. Please keep talking. He was enjoying it, right? So he learned more in that call. He could have read books for a year on network marketing. He learned more in that call, the first call. And he told me he will be doing three-ways with me, starting with his brother. Yeah, so that's a good point, Philip. Very good point.
Earn while you learn.
Earn while you learn. And get trained for free. You don't have to pay to get learned. Yeah.
People spend $300,000 now for a college education, and they could get more out of a free three-way call with Jimmy Smith. So it's amazing financially. People don't understand that.
Facts tell, stories sell. I've been saying that for years. So a friend of mine, Tommy Suspense, he's a physical therapist. He went down to Florida to get some training, right? He paid like $1,000 to go to this training down in Florida. The first thing come out of the trainer's mouth was facts tell, stories sell. He called me up and he says, Jimmy, I paid $1,000 to hear what you've been telling me for 10 years. Facts tell, stories sell. Tell stories. Tell my story. Facts tell, stories sell. People want to hear stories.
That's awesome. Thank you, Jimmy. Appreciate you.
No, thank you. Thank you for that question. That was a good question. Because, yeah, people that come in with a three-way are more likely to do three-ways. That was a good point.
Mm-hmm. That's how I came in 1993 in network marketing. A three-way call with a doctor.
Really?
And the person that wanted me to get into, that was then Amway, she couldn't say anything. She said, oh, you have to meet this doctor. And so that's how I started my network marketing career, was a three-way call, and then I met with her. And they're so powerful. That's how I've been doing it for 26 years. You know, so.
Yeah, they're powerful. You know, you all know who Jay Bennett is, right?
Oh yeah.
He's my upline.
Yeah.
I've done more three-ways with Jay than everybody else in the company.
Absolutely, because he knows the power of that. He knows the magic of that. Because, you know, he could say it. He could probably tell the prospect everything you tell the prospect,
yeah.
But he knows that if the prospect hears it from you, it's another perspective that's powerful, and the power is in the other person, you know, sharing the information. So anyway, yeah, I've known Jay since before Isogenics. So.
Oh really?
He was actually the first person to tell me about Isogenics with another woman named Mita, and I said no to them. So I wasn't ready. And then a couple months later, my sponsor said, "Hey, Philip, I'm going to put you in this binary. What's your information?" I said, "Go ahead." It's like, and that's how I got into Isogenics. So, yeah.
I did that to a lot of people. Mm-hmm. I gave product away to people, but they had to sign up to get the free product. They had to give me their social to get the free product.
He didn't give me product. He just gave me membership. And it's funny, but he knew I loved binaries. Binaries are my favorite marketing plan. So yeah. I was like,
the binary, and that's, I'm glad you said that, because I'm going to make another bold statement here. There's a lot of companies in this industry. There's 1,000 companies, maybe, I don't know, 1,000 companies. And they all have good products and they all have good comp plans. And I've done a lot of them. You name it, I've done it. And so I will say this. There is no better company in the entire industry. There's a lot of good companies. There's no better company. There's no company with better products. There's no better compensation plan. And number one, there's no owners with the integrity of Jim and Kathy Cooper. For 18 years, I have never missed a check. They have never been, yes, they've been late. They've never been late, but they've been wrong. And the few times they were wrong, they overpaid me, I thought. And then I called them up and they said, no, Jimmy, that was reimbursement for your airfare, reimbursement for some bonus I got that I didn't figure. So think about that. 18 years, never missed a check, never been late, and the only time they've ever been wrong, they paid me too much. And this, Jimmy and Kathy Coover have more integrity in their little finger than most people have in their whole body. Mm-hmm. And that's a fact. And Jim Coover says, and he said this to me a long time ago, Jimmy, if a company gets the product out on time and then checks out on time and never miss, that's going to be a successful company. Mm-hmm. Well, guess what? It's 18 years later. This is a legacy company. It's going to be here for your kids, your grandkids, and your great-grandkids. I know that. And that's why I still do it with a passion. I'm not doing this for me now. I'm doing it for my grandkids and great-grandkids.
That's right. And I've experienced that too, Jimmy. I'll definitely back that up. And, you know, I experienced 19 companies before Isagenix. Wow. 16 of them went out of business, like having the rug pulled out from underneath you. And
yep.
A lot of times the checks were late. They couldn't get it together. Customer service was just horrible. And I remember sitting in a little restaurant in New City, New York, with Kathy Coover after we did a meeting I think you were doing with us back in the day when you would come up and so beautifully help us with our team. And she said to me, she said, Jim and I, she said, our biggest fear is letting down the associates. Mm-hmm. Our biggest fear is that, you know, we don't continue to provide the best for them, you know. And she told that to me personally. And I was sitting at the restaurant, and she did the same thing with me, Jimmy. She like slipped me $100 bill and said, hey, you know, I appreciate you flying out here from California. Let me pay for your dinner and everything. She had to go. But that's the type of people we have owning our company. So
yeah. Beautiful people, yeah, beautiful people. I love them. And when I drove 1,000 miles to meet Jim and Kathy down from Philadelphia to Atlanta, and when I met them and I seen how they were with each other and how it was, I came back home. I said, guys, I found it. I'm home free now. I found the company I want to spend the rest of my life with, Jim and Kathy Coover. And I did the same thing. John Anderson was in Atlanta. A month later, I drove down to meet him. He gave me the owner of the company gave me a cell phone number, says, call me anytime. I said, oh, that never happened before. So I fell in love with this company from the get-go, and I'm still in love with it. And you should be too. It'll set you free. It'll set you free. You know, guys, I'm sitting there, I'm looking at all you people, and I'm thinking, I want you all to have what I have a lot. I don't want you to have to wait till you're 92. This can set you free, your whole family. There's a big pandemic. I can keep my whole family. 71 grandchildren. I could keep them all. I could feed every one of them every day, 3 meals a day, no problem. That's what this is about. This is about you know, you can't live a full life unless you're financially free. You can't, when you owe bills and you're behind in your mortgage and you can't buy food for your kids, that's no way to live. We can live in abundance, and that's what I teach people. That's what I'm teaching my family, and that's why I'm doing these calls. And I'll continue to do them. People say, Jimmy, you got more money, I'm going to retire. I'm going to retire when I expire, not a minute sooner. Not a minute sooner. Not a minute.
And you remind me one more thing about you, Jimmy. I remember back in the day, and I think it was a few years into Isagenix, I asked you, I said, because every time there was a picture taken of you, you had a headset on. Because I think you woke up with a headset and you went to sleep with a headset because you were just doing calls. You truly listened to Kathy Coover's statement, build this business like your life depends on it. And I said to you, I said, so Jimmy, what drives you to be on the phone all day? And he goes, you know, you young guys, you live like you have the rest of your life to live for. I live every day like it's my last, and I live it to the fullest. And I'll never forget you said that to me. And the funny thing is, that was like when you were only 76, you know. Yeah. And look at you now. You got more life now than you did back then. It's incredible.
Yeah, and that's the truth too. And it's funny. Every company I get in, I went like crazy. So my wife said to me, Jimmy, promise me this time you'll go slow. I said, I'll promise you I'll go slow. So I got in Isagenix, and I lost 21 pounds, words off my waist. I was bouncing off the walls. And I started working like 18 hours. You're right, I had the headset on all day, on the phone all day. One Sunday afternoon, my grandkids are swimming in my swimming pool. I signed 3 people up on the phone, each with a 3 executive pack, 390. I signed people with executive pack, 390. So I'm running around my back porch. My grandkids are down in the pool. I did a hat trick. And I say, poor Papa, he's on the phone. He thinks he's playing hockey. He thinks he did a hat trick. My hat trick was signing 3 people up in one day. $1,350 worth of product. Each one was $450, right?
Yes.
And I did a hat trick. And so my wife says to me, Jimmy, you promised me you were going to go slow. You're working harder now than you ever did. I said, Bridget, I'm 74. I can't go slow. I got to go fast. I'm 74. I can't go slow.
That's awesome.
My wife and I, God bless her, she just passed away May 14th with the corona, but we were like a sitcom. We really were like a sitcom. I come home, I'm traveling a lot in the beginning. I come home and I buy a set of luggage, 4 pieces. It's a set. So when I go away, I take the whole set, 4 pieces. So I come in with 4 pieces of luggage. And she's, Jimmy, we have to talk. I said, what's the matter? What happened? Jimmy, you're sick. I said, what? She said, you're sick. I said, why am I sick? She said, look at you. Look at you. At your age, you're dragging them. You're 80 years old, you're dragging them 75, whatever, 76. You're dragging them suitcases through airports. You're sick. I said, Bridget, is everybody else in the world okay? If they are, I want to stay sick. I got the best lifestyle of anybody in the world. I'm traveling all around, Bridget. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying myself, and I'm making money. I'm not sick, honey. I'm well.
That's awesome.
My wife and I, God bless her, we were like a sitcom. We really were. We really were.
Wow. Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you for being on the call.
Awesomeness and wisdom. So, thank you, Sonny.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
Hi, Jimmy. I'm a good friend of Carol Waldenberg. She's my mentor.
Carol, I love Carol.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's part of my team.
Yeah, so I'm a part of your team too. And I was so excited that I just happened to see Sonny advertise this call, and I popped on, and I'm so glad I did because I was afraid I'd miss it. And I just wanted to ask you a quick question for different team members of mine who feel like they have put their all into it and haven't seen the return yet. And I know it's how many conversations you've had, and you really have to be honest with yourself on how much have you shared your story, how much have you used 3-way calls. But what message would you give them that I could pass along that is, just the real truth of someone who says that they've done it and it's just not paying back yet?
Well, the best analogy I can give, a young person wants to be a doctor, and they go to college for 8 years, and then they become an intern, and they work like 70 hours a week, and they make very, very little money. Interns don't make a lot of money at all. But they don't say, you wouldn't say to an intern, well, you went 8 years to school, and now you're working for this. What good is it? That's not. See, you have to put the time in. I worked hard for 12 long years, honing my skills. I wasn't like this when I first started. I had to learn. I had to practice. And so, suppose I had quit after the 6th year and said, it's not for me. Suppose I had quit at age 70 or 71 or 72. I've been doing this now, and I'm only making this. I'm not making a lot of money. What if I quit? I wouldn't have what I have today. So quitting's not an option.
Right.
It's not get rich quick. It's not about getting rich quick. It's about building an organization, about building a team. Have a dream, form a team, focus in on your team. You have to have a team of 2, 3, 4 people, and you have to work with that team. It's not a 100-yard dash. It's a distance, and you will be successful. The only way you can fail, and I'm so glad you're on this call. I'm so glad you asked that question. Please be on this call every day. Sonny has it every day. I hope to see you every Monday on this call. And what I'd like to see, have guests have 2 or 3 guests every Monday.
Yes.
That's how you. I wish I had a call like this when I started. Don't you, Philip? Don't you, Sonny? I wish I had a call like this.
This is a
I
blessing.
wish I had a lot of things we have today. We didn't have then. So this works. And tell your people, get your people on the call.
Absolutely. And I mean, honestly, when you think about it, what a blessing. There's like 17, 18 people on this call, and we have the privilege of hearing from you. I mean, that blows my mind. And I think a lot of people would be surprised that you're willing to do this, but every time I see you, that is the kind of giving spirit that I see from you. So I know that and there isn't enough thank yous that could express to you how much you're appreciated. And I know that there are so many mentors in this company, and a lot of times you resonate with different ones, but it doesn't matter who is on there. As long as you're inviting new people to hear that third-party validation, I know it's going to be successful. And so I'm going to pass that along. Just, invite more people to hear it from third party. And just like three-way calls, what a blessing Zoom calls are.
If someone did something, I did something over the last 18 years that made me very successful. And I remember exactly what I did. Isn't it advantageous for me to share with you what I did? Yes. So maybe you can do the same thing I did? Mm-hmm. That's what this is all about. If one person can do it, why can't other people do the same thing? Mm-hmm. And that's what I share. I share what I did. Nothing more, nothing less. Yep. I share what I did. Why I was, did I get a lot of no's? I got thousands and thousands of no's. Nobody in this industry got more no's than me, because I talked to everybody. I got a few yeses. The yeses built my business. What did the no's do? They built my character. Yes. When you can get 20, 30 no's in a row and keep talking to people till you get a yes, that's character. People thought I was a character. Now they think I'm a genius.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You made my day. Thank you.
That's funny you say that, Jimmy, because I have some personal friends that have been watching me since I've been doing this, and that's what someone said to me the other day, because they're struggling financially now, and he was making 6 figures in his job. He goes, yeah, you're looking like a genius now. I said, well, that's great, but when are you going to get started? It's just like,
they
too late. It's like,
they're telling me I'm a genius, but why did they say no to me 100 times?
Oh,
why do they keep saying no? He's a genius, he's rich, he's a millionaire. They're still not doing it. You're right. When are they going to get started?
What are you going to do, right, Jimmy? What are you going to do?
Do they think they have to wait till they're 74 to do it? I don't know.
Apparently.
Well, we have a global business, and one of the reasons why I'm doing this 7 days a week, whether people show up or not, is people are praying for solutions right now. They've been quarantined. A lot of people have lost their homes. I mean, we haven't even seen the aftermath of this economy right now, and we have to.
I think you're breaking up, Sonny.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So, you're looking at all the depression's up, domestic violence is up, alcohol sales is up, and this is a clue. This is now is the best time more than ever to share Isagenix. We could not create a better scenario where people are fearing a virus and getting sick and dying. And here we have the solutions to boost their immune system. The body's the miracle. We're not making any claims, but the body's the miracle. And Jimmy just said it himself right there. The shake alone, the immune system by 500% for $3 per meal. How does it get better than this? So this is global, and we're in 14 countries. I believe we'll be in any country and leverage the three-way call. And you can leverage this call as a three-way call. So, Jimmy, thank you so much for showing up. Thank you so much for your wisdom. Thank you for all the inspiration. One last thing. There was a quote in the Bible that you mentioned that if you find something about you, what exactly was that quote? Do you remember?
Do not withhold good to those who deserve it when it's in your power to act. We should live by that. That should be our creed. Do not withhold good from others who deserve it when it's in your power to act. Now, it's 3:25. I don't remember the verse. I used to, but I think Teddy has the verse.
It's Proverbs 3:27.
Yeah, Proverbs 3:27. Thank you. I knew you had it.
I have it on my wall from
I
you.
know you told me. I should have it on my wall. I have it in my head. I store everything in my head.
That's absolutely brilliant. So, ladies and gentlemen, we want to step up, say love you to Jimmy or gratitude or anything else. Feel free to step out and invite 2 friends next Monday to join us to share this gift. Please don't keep this a secret anymore.
Timmy, you're the absolute best, and you know I love you from the bottom of my heart, and I can't wait to see you in person and give you that great big hug.
Can't wait, Teddy. I love you too.
Eddie
Love
Bear.
all of you.
Philip, good seeing you. Sonny, thank you for always having this. This is an amazing call.
Thank you. We appreciate each and every one of you. We acknowledge every one of you. You are a miracle. You can go out today and make a miracle by just asking the simple question that Jimmy taught us. Are you interested in being wealthy for the rest of your life? Are you interested in being healthy for the rest of your life? Yes or no? Who do you know that would like that? So if they say no, just ask, who do you know?
Thank you, Jimmy, for being on this call with us. I really appreciate all your time and effort.
My pleasure. My pleasure, Shannon.
Very good. All right, thank you.
Beautiful. All right, so let's go out and just bless some lives and just share this amazing gift and invite 2 people, just 2 people, to join us next Monday so that we'll hear some more from Jimmy. Love you, Jimmy, from the bottom of my heart.
Love you, Sonny. Love all of you. Love everybody. See you all at the top, Ice of Millionaires.
All right, Jimmy.
Hi, Jimmy.
Good night, baby. Good night. While the moon is mellow, kiss me lightly. The band is playing our favorite tune. Get have to book me. Good night.
You're awesome. Thank you, Philip. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Good night, all.